Those are beautiful, beautiful works of art.
I work for a living.
That's right.
Day 3. It would have been day 4, but yesterday I had a moment. Do you ever have one of those days where you've just got a million things you've got to do? Sometimes trying to prioritize the little things, it's hard to do. So I thought these wires coming down here, these were a little tight. There was not enough slack down at the bottom there. So the first thing I did yesterday is I added another length to this one, to this Anchor 12-2 cable. Yeah, because it was not long enough. Loosened up a bit of the solar power cabling to give that some slack, and now it's fine. But then I was getting out of the bay, and I banged my head right here. I'm not going to illustrate it. You'll just have to trust me. I have done it so many times on these bay doors, regardless of how often I say, I've got to watch it, and I do. I go through weeks and weeks and weeks where I'm very careful to step back out all the way, but for some reason yesterday it just happened. I think, okay, all right, I can plow forward. I lifted up one of these panels and promptly dropped it on my foot. And I wasn't wearing my steel toes at the time. I'm wearing them today. So I said, that's enough for today. Got my truck, headed home, and got Popeyes. So today's day 3. First thing, I'm gonna have to cut a hole in here for the wires to come through. I can't disconnect them, so I'm going to have to sort of make a little notch so I can fit them in, and we'll see how that goes. Well, that was easy. Perfect. Done with you for now. Yeah, that'll work fine. Jamie's on a business trip today and the rest of the week, so you're stuck with me. All right, let's start with this handle. I'm going to be probably cutting another hole down there to bring more wires up into the wall for the rest of the wiring from that tower. There will be one on this side, but not today. I only cut that one because these ones were already in there and connected, and I couldn't disconnect them. Disconnecting the solar cables from the DC isolator was proving problematic. I couldn't get it in there and get enough leverage to pull it off while it was on the wall, and I gotta be honest with you, I didn't feel like pulling it down. So this was a kludge, this was a fix, and it worked. It's just not perfect. But I'll get in there and I will install a grommet and I will wrap the wires properly with some loom tape. Of course, I'll tape all these stuff up and secure them properly. Once we have the furring strips in, I'll be able to secure all of the wires properly. That will be part of the electrical project, which will happen after the furring strips. I know in one video I said we do the wiring, then we do the furring strips, but it just seems easier to do well, not easier. It's actually more important that we do the furring strips and then we can do the wiring, because then we can route the wires around the furring strips and use the furring strips to secure the wires, but also we need the furring strips to attach the junction boxes and our electrical outlets. So that's important too. All right, next. Without any more panels, that's about all I can do for the floor today, so not bad though. I'm pleased. That went fairly easy. I suppose I can putter around for a little bit and do some minor stuff. I'm gonna wrap those things up right now is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wrap those wires up and we'll see what other trouble I can get into. Hi. 93 or 92 and an eighth? 93.
93.
And 1/8. Thank you.
It was 93 and a quarter.
I know.
And you were going to do a little bit less. Math, man. We've been working on finishing the subfloors today. We've been dealing with some water. We had a really big storm. Tornadoes come through. Tornado warnings. Everybody was in their storm shelters. It was really not fun. And we had left the air conditioner in this window.
Don't forget to tell them it's day 4.
Day 4. Oh yeah, it's day 4. So anyway, we left the air conditioner in this window like a couple of dummies. We're very smart people, but you know, sometimes you just can't think of all the things. And water went down onto our subfloor, and it went down into this area, which is where the bathroom was when this was a charter bus. So we learned our lesson. We took the air conditioner out. We're sealing all the windows even better than they were. But today is all about trying to get the rest of these subfloors. Yeah. Yeah, this Loctite likes to just keep coming out and coming out. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
Do we still have some of that lasagna? Would you want to have that, or you want to feel like that tonight, or?
You like the way I did it when I just sort of propped them up against the wall and then glued them and dropped them?
Yeah.
So let's do it well.
Let's do that. Ready? Go.
In the spot?
Drop it.
How's that look?
Let's come this way.
Yeah.
There we go. Good job, us. Okay, I'm gonna let it down for a minute. Okay, let's slide it about 6 inches. Ready? Okay, I'm gonna go up. Ready? Okay. Okay, let's go up some more. Ready? I think we just prop it right here, honey.
Step. Okay.
That's our first piece of subfloor. 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 Do you want to tell everybody what we've been up to today?
No.
Basically, we would like to get out of Tornado Alley. It's not a good place to be when you're trying to build a bus and live in a bus.
And you're worried about water getting in. She was away for it, but I was home and there was a huge line of squalls. I mean, seriously big, thick squalls that in this kind of country drops tornadoes. And there were a few.
Sideways rain.
There was a tornado warning, which it means that, get shelter immediately in the area where we live. About 4:30 in the morning, it woke me up. Sirens are going off, the wind was going sideways. And even if there isn't an actual tornado that drops, the storms are so bad that the rain is driving, and it tests your seals.
So we're going to do some more sealing around our windows. The main thing is a few of our bay doors, they don't have a latch on the top.
I'm going to weld some angle iron inside that'll allow a rod to go up and lock. That will help tighten up the seal on the top. And the problem is there's gaps along a lot of the bays. Rain gets in even if it's just a little thunderstorm. On a storm like this, the water was just like ridiculous. There's flood warnings now. It gets everywhere. And our utility bay with the carpet, it's a little wet.
Yeah, it's soaked. It's soaked. He's downplaying it. It's pretty soaked.
But the Bluettis are fine. The water did not rise up. It wasn't like that. It's just the carpet is sopping wet.
Yeah.
That's another job we got to do.
We had a whole plan for the weekend, and some of that's going to be scrapped because we got to prioritize this.
Future selves would thank us.
I think about that a lot. What will Jamie and Patrick think about this job 6 months from now? Goodbye for now, everybody. What did you say? This is day 4?
Day 4.
Of the subfloors?
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Tell me what you're looking at.
I'm pretty sure this is the coolant line because it comes down, because if you look under here, this is going to where it comes out of the engine and goes up into here, and this goes back towards the radiator, which is over there.
Yeah.
If you come over here, now you can see this? These are the same lines, and yes, that's coolant lines because I capped these.
Ah, right. So you've worked on these before.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're on the right side of the bus, and the copper, this one goes straight ahead and out to the heater block there, and this was the return that brings it back.
Babe, can you explain why we're doing this?
Well, we took out all the heaters that were in the cabin, and the only thing that's left is the heater block in the front. Probably doesn't work. Actually, I remember in the middle of August or whenever it was, July, that we were driving down here.
Yeah.
No matter what I had set on the dashboard, heat would come pouring out through those vents, and it was very uncomfortable. We're gonna have diesel heaters to do that. We're gonna have one in here, which will have a vent that will point towards the driver's compartment. We figured out if that's good enough for a defroster. If it's not, we'll figure something else out at that point, won't we? So we want to make sure that we want to cut the coolant off, so it'll come out here and then just go whoop, right back to the engine and won't come in here at all.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of Skoolies and a lot of regular buses are supposed to have, and many of them do, valves at the back somewhere that you can cut off the coolant flow to the cabin of the bus. And I'll be, gosh darn if I know where that is. I have looked many times. You know what, I'm gonna look one more time before I start cutting. This is the first place I'm gonna look. See, there it is. It comes down here, goes over here. This is the air conditioner compressor.
Yeah, we can take all this out eventually.
All right, that's
But this is all the AC system. You can see the sign here.
So, let's see. I don't see any valve. I have looked here before. There's all kinds of coolant lines everywhere, but no valve. Now, looks like we're just gonna have to loop it. That's what we gotta do. I was worried about having to cut through the copper pipe. And when you cut through the copper pipe, you leave little bits of copper that could get into your pipes, no matter how much you try to clean them off and make sure it doesn't happen. If I don't have to do that, where's my blade?
Is it in your pocket? I think you might have put them in your...
Let me just go back and check.
Okay. In the meantime, I'll give you a little floor update. So we have all of the subfloors on except right down here, and this black layer is like a heat protectant layer. One of the things that it does besides protecting the heat is it raises the level of the floor up a bit, and it would be silly for us to try to pull all that up. It would take us forever. But anyway, so Patrick bought some heat protectant pads that can go down over this, and then we can just put the subfloor over that. So I think this particular section where we have subfloor here, we won't have subfloor here because we're just going to have those heat protectant pads right there, and then we'll put the subfloor over it. Right here where you see our shop vac, well, eventually that's going to be part closet and part of it will be underneath our bed. Our bed's a king size bed and it's going to go all the way across, but we're going to need to use these lovely 2x4s to create some framing that we will then stuff with insulation and put subfloor over that. My sweet husband has been out here working. This is his 4th day in a row without a break, and and I know he's exhausted. So, would you like for me to try to get under there, or?
No, there's just no space.
Okay.
The thing is, there's enough space under here to hold the bucket, but it's between the tires, between the axles, and there's a frame that goes almost down to the ground.
Yeah. Can I just say this too? That like, once you get those two things off, there may be stuff coming out.
Just whatever's in the line, and probably just whatever's in the line down from here down to there, because gravity. Because the pipes are going down and the bus is not level, this might actually be to our advantage. If there is coolant and it's all drained down to the back of the bus. There's probably nothing in there.
That's our hope.
But it's always good to be
prudent. Well, that was fast. Oh, that one just came right up, didn't it?
Yeah, well, I just cut right through it. And I don't want to drop it, so.
Yeah.
There we go.
There's some coming out.
So, if you're somebody who has converted buses or is a general mechanic, you're Chuck Cassidy, don't be too hard on me.
We're doing the best we can. Nice. Can y'all hear the rain? It's wild out there. I have to go out there and get a screwdriver now. Wish me luck. It's November and we're, heading into winter. It's not even that cold out, but check this out. We're dealing with a little river outside. Okay, there's no avoiding it. I gotta go out and need these or no?
No, I actually don't.
It's okay if you don't.
I don't. I was actually able to do it.
Oh my God. I went out in a deluge. All right.
Well, I appreciate it.
It's how it is, you know. I do that for you because I love you. There's a, okay. You're gonna use that just to be nice to me, aren't you?
This is one of those jobs that I have not been looking forward to, but I've known that I had to do it eventually, and now that we're getting to the point where the floor is going down, it's time.
Is it on the metal part or is it on the copper?
Yeah, because the copper's
Oh, it's way out there.
comes up to
Oh,
here.
good. Okay. Nice.
That is a little pinchy there, but
But there's plenty of space still.
let me.
What do you think?
That's pretty good. As long as I want to give it a couple more turns.
Yeah. Get it as tight as you can.
That's not coming off. The kind of pressure that is in the coolant system, I forget how much it was, but it wasn't huge. It was just enough to move things around. And I can probably pull with more pressure than it's going to be in there, so I'm not too worried about that. What I'm more worried about is leaks, but we're going to do a pressure test eventually, and I will. You'll probably be standing here staring at this with the flashlight. I want to do a coolant flush when we get our service. We're going to have the oil change, we're going to have brand new tires put on, and I want to do a coolant flush.
Yeah. My brother's a diesel mechanic and he's going to kind of help us out. I mean, of course we're going to pay him, but it's nice that we know we can go to a place where we can trust the person and we know they'll do a good job for us. The other benefit of us not really doing high fives is I don't have to touch his grubby hands. Those are beautiful, beautiful works of art.
I work for a living.
That's right.
Well, before we go anywhere, I got to do a pressure test on the system. And we'll check it then. And on the road, I will double check it again. So in a year when we start to move, I'll just take a double check at this and that should be okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Good job, honey.
Thank you.
That was a big thing that you didn't want to do and now it's done. Hi. You're not recording, right?
Yes. So next week is the American Thanksgiving. Why they do it in November, I have no idea. It's first...
Isn't it the second Monday in October?
I forgot my own Thanksgiving. Canadian Thanksgiving is on the second Monday of October. Next week, however,
Is American Thanksgiving.
which seems a little bit close to Christmas time, but you know, that means big holiday, everybody's traveling. We're going to take it off ourselves. So we're going to put out a video next week. However, we do have something special coming up the week after that, which, you know, we'll show you later. See you later.
Bye.